The stories that are most important to us are stories about me, you, and others. Such stories are about politics, economy, landmark achievements, institutions, sports, and entertainment.
A wonderful afternoon to you out there if you're still in the afternoon. A wonderful morning to those of you living in the United States of America. A wonderful evening for those of you who are living in some other parts of the world like Africa, Europe, especially if you are living in Nigeria. I want to say happy Sunday to you. Has been your day, and I'm wishing you a very wonderful week ahead. We are getting very quickly, we're getting to the end of the year, and so you're going to be seeing a lot of very wonderful editions on this program. Your opinion, don't forget, whatever we say here is a lot of times your opinion. I'm in transit, as you can see, so we are not in our regular studio today, but as much as possible I came with enough equipment so that we can have this program, particularly because of the big fishes that I'll be hosting today on the program. My name is Valentine, Are Valentine Uluwagbemiga. Ola said, the people call me Benga Oropo in some climes, and in some other climes some people call me Saint Valentine. But whichever way, I say remain my humble self. And today, like as usual, I will be having two big fishes, and if possible, I'll be having a group that I don't want to talk about now yet until when they are ready to come up stage. But like you know, we will still be talking about Keggite Club. And the topic for today is Keggite and its gyrations. Is it a cult group or a confraternity? That is some of the things that we'll be talking about today. And I have two big fishes that will be in the studio with me that will be talking about that. And also I have a guest personality, somebody that some of you may have heard about. Maybe somehow your path may have crossed. If you're somebody who loves traditional music, social cultural music, especially Keggite gyration music, it is possible that maybe you have heard him. But some of us know him maybe more than some other people. And even me as a host, and maybe as a researcher, as a media guru, I may not even know him as much as some people know him. But trust me, he knows himself better than any other person. So I'm going to have that big fish also in the house. And today, some of my intermission, they are going to be some of the works of his creativity. This is a man that has taught almost the whole part of the world, preaching the gospel of social cultural aesthetics, especially the African cultural standard, and particularly the brand known as the Keggite gyration. No wonder why we are bringing the personality to also complement the topic that we are discussing today, which is Keggite Club and its gyration. Is the club a cult or a confraternity? That is where I'm going to have my second guest today. As I'm talking to you, he's still also on transit, but I hope that he makes it safe back home so they can join us as soon as possible, given his word that he should be back around this time. So we need to give him some time for him to just get himself together, and then he will also be able to come on. But trust me, no matter what the station is, the show must continue. I have already in the studio some of the entities, like they call it, that is going to make the program a very wonderful one today. So if you're watching me from Africa, please share. You can watch on Facebook. You can tell all your friends, your families. This is another time for you to have good orientation about something that you have known but you're not sure of, and something that you may not even have heard about. Please share on Facebook. You can also drop your comments on Facebook as we go in the program. You can compliment. You can ask questions as we go on in the program. Then I might give the opportunity for people to make a little bit of call, maybe when the program is going on. If you are lucky, we may be able to take you or your questions when the program continues. So I'm not going to talk about their names until when I have played this music, and when I had a little break. When I come back, my coffee maker is right there. I'm going to go on my coffee maker so that when I have my intermissions, I can always take a coffee break. Don't forget that this program is open for partnership, is open for sponsorship. You want to also propagate your goods, products, and services, you can talk to us. and we can partner in some ways that will be beneficial to both of us. Viewers out there, once again, happy Sunday, good day. We're just about to start the program. Let me give you this musical interlude. It's going to be like a precursor to one of those personalities that will be hosting today. My name is Ari Valentine Bingala Sende. Happy viewing, and don't change that. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our handles. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Twitter. You can watch on any of these platforms. I'll be right back after this time.
Fagunwa igbo irun mọ́lẹ̀ kẹ mama jaye o bàjẹ́. Ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà ẹ lọ sáyé ṣe ẹ mama jaye o fọ́. Kí ara ké wọlé di kọta ẹ mama jaye o fọ́ o. Ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà ẹ lọ sáyé ṣe ẹ mama jaye o fọ́. Túndé Adésànyà wọ́n lẹ̀ ẹ mama jaye o bàjẹ́. Ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà ẹ lọ sáyé ṣe ẹ mama jaye o fọ́. Ó máa bọ̀ o ẹ mama jaye o fọ́. Ní national mama jaye o fọ́. Ẹ mama jaye o fọ́. Ẹ mama jaye o fọ́. Ní ìyá ìmọ̀dé. Ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà ẹ lọ sáyé ṣe ẹ mama jaye o fọ́.
Welcome back. That was just the tip of the iceberg. You will be seeing a lot more, and by the grace of God, by the power that be, those of my maternal mother sister and those of my paternal father sister. Oh, I'm speaking a language you don't understand. You're going to be hearing a lot of it today. The program is Your Opinion, and we feature personalities and a lot of other things. You'll be hearing some things. If you think we are speaking in tongue, please just we create your indulgence. Okay, I will be bringing to your viewing pleasure a wonderful gentleman, somebody that I've known for a while. Even before we started interacting, I'm sure we must have we have met, our paths has crossed. At the time, I knew him before he knew me, but at another time, we became friends, and we belong to the same kingdom. His name is also known as LSF Adeolu, a legendary figure in the Supremos Comradium, the Supreme Comradium Keggite Club. Born in Mushin, I was asking maybe it's Olosha, Musiolateju, Mushiakala, I don't know, but maybe he's going to talk about that. In Lagos State, he joined the Keggite Club in the early 86. Some children that were born that those days, they already gone to their husband's house. And he rose to prominence as a talented songito. Who is a songito? He'll talk about that. Known for his car ability and musical achievement. He has been a key influence in the Keggite community since 1988, founding the Osu Melody brand and contributing to various musical projects. His journey is supported by mentors such as Patron Oluole, Olufade, popularly known as Oluwo, and Chief Bambo Adebajo. No wonder he's always mentioning his name. He has never mentioned my name in any of his songs. He advised the club to focus on true rebranding, unity, and real progress rather than power struggles. You go explain, Taya. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my viewers at home, I present to you LSF Adeolu Adekombi. Good afternoon to you, my LSF.
You are okay, my patron.
You shine me my one finger salute. It does not matter. I must say,
May you walk
work
and
and
never
refuse. That's why we are going to talk about all those signs that you people do in Keggite Club. Because a whole lot of us believe that you are all members of one cult or the other. But before we go into that, let's first of all create a foundation, a basis for our program today. Let us meet you. Who is Adeolu Adekombi?
Good afternoon here in Nigeria, viewers, and good morning in America. As the host has said, my name is Adeolu Adekombi. I was born into a Christian home by late Right Reverend Oladapo Emmanuel Adekombi and late Mrs. Rachel Adebomi Adekombi. I was born in Mushin. Earlier on, the host said, I need to explain. Maybe it is Mushin Lusha. I'm a proper Mushin boy. Mushin Ajino Ujuwu Yanoduru. I schooled in Christ Central Primary School. My secondary school, I attended Lagos Baptist Academy, and I attended Ogun State University, where the concept and the name Osu Melody emanated from. I have been a member of Keggite Club for a very many decades ago. And in fact, the club made me. I've achieved a lot through the grace of God and through the status quo of the club called Keggite Club. So that is why I'm so passionate. That is why I'm very, very passionate. Because if you take Keggite Club out of my life, then you take me out of this planet. It's a wonderful club. You need to be part of this club to really know what the club entails. Forever, I will always receive the one finger salute of the Keggite Club. I have landed my patron.
Are you on a flight? Because all these times that those are the reasons why we are going to talk about this program. I have landed. Are you a pilot? Are you a passenger in a flight? But before we go to all that, let's continue with knowing you. From the profile that I read and from the things that you have said, you joined Keggite Club what year?
Yeah. There are some things that people don't know. People know me very well in Keggite Club, but there are some things they don't know about me. And for the first time on air, for the first time since 1986, that I became part of this club, I will say it for the first time. Actually, the concept of Pioneer Drinkers Club, I had it as a very little boy, secondary school days, and I had the mind of joining. So it was in 1986 that I was transformed into the then Keggite Club, the now Keggite Club, so to say, by Chief Cocoa House of Iliad Osped. So people that knows me, I am an NSF of Iliad Miliki. They say, they will do Miliki. Fine, Miliki is my Iliad, but my genesis.
I'm going to once in a while now. Once in a while, I'm going to punctuate.
Okay.
I will also speak some of your times. Now, you were transformed.
Okay.
What is the meaning of transformation and what is the process of transformation?
Okay. Transformation, when we say transformation, initially we used to say initiation. I came into the club. That is the meaning. When I say I was transformed, I meant I came into the club. That was, so initially they used the word initiation. For anybody to
so if I get you very well, for the purpose of those who don't know, whether initiation or transformation is a process of induction. Like you are recruited into the club.
Exactly.
Or is it is it to the club or to the court?
No. Keggite Club is not called.
We're going to talk about that later. I just want to start punctuating you. Let me just book on you know. So let's go back to LSF Adeolu now. So you joined in what year precisely for documentation purpose?
In 1986.
1986. That is a long time ago.
I joined as a non-student member, a fellow of an area called SPED.
So were you fellowized before you were inducted, or because you were not in school, you are seen as a fellow?
Okay. I know you are already aware of this. Keggite Club comprises of student body and non-student body. The student body are the one they call comrades. The non-student members are called fellows. Before you can join as a student member, you have to have your admission into any of the institution of learning in Nigeria.
Be it the university, the polytechnic, the colleges of education, school of nurses.
Then, but I was never a student. I got the awareness of Keggite Club when I was in secondary school through my elder brother, who happened to be a pastor, one of the frontline first-class pastors in UK now. So he brought them to the house, to our house. So I saw them, I loved them. Because of the gift of music in me, I performed with them then. I gyrated with them. So along the line, I said I want to be a member. But my brother said I can't join because I'm still in secondary school and they don't admit secondary school students. So I have to wait until I finish secondary school before maneuvering my way into them. If after finishing the secondary school, my brother never wanted me to join. But I believe if I join, I left secondary school, I may not be keenly interested in furthering my education. I'll just believe I'm part of them, whereas the primary assignment of being a graduate may be erased. But
especially at that time, the belief of a lot of people about the Keggite formation, I don't want to use club or cult because we are going to define that later. The belief is that you have people that are non-serious people, non-serious students. That is the impression that people had. So could that have dovetailed into your parents not wanting you to be a member of that club?
Not my parents, my brother, my mentor, my role model. He knew what I'm capable of doing musically, but he trained me. I would have studied him from birth. But he's having the fear that I may be carried away because of the musical aspect of the club culturally, and the gift in me. He believed that there may be a kind of I won't say disturbance. I may be unnecessarily carried away. They said, Deolu, you will join this club, but you have to gain admission first. But I was so much interested in the musical part of the club. So I have to, without him knowing, I have to maneuver my way into joining. He just saw the galley on me. Then there's nothing he could do. Already, I was fellow, right? And I'm already a fellow. And maybe as the time goes on, I may tell you the effect of what that had on me. My brother was very, very much right, because after joining in 86, it took me almost half a decade before getting admitted into the university.
So could that have been him? Could that have been what he saw in you joining, and then you got distracted, and then could that have been the reason?
My brother was 100% correct. When I joined, immediately within 2 years, the talent voiced out. In 1988, I'm very sorry to say this on the air, I was invited to join last week in the TOK in Ife, Law University, the world headquarters of Keggite Club. When I got there, I was part of the Lagos State University contingent that time. I led the Sogi section, and the name was all over there. We last took the World TOK by storm. the name Deolu was moving from one end to the other. Then I was carried away because people were just blessing me. Unknowingly to me, I forgot the concept of going to school. And since that 1988, I never got back to school until 1991.
That is the story of a man's, the beginning of a man's journey. Okay, so you joined in 1986.
All right.
You were playing the underground yeoman until when? When did you now formally get into school, and how did the comradic activity begin?
The comradic activity began in that 1986. But then I look at the terrain of the club, and because of the gift of God in me, the people that were at the helms of the Keggite gyration then, I know of Patron Kayode Agbosu, Patron Ojo, Patron Oluwole Olufade, Patron 911, Chief Ayoshunko, Daddy Firinge, and so many others like that. But I knew what I had in me was so much, and I knew what they were doing that time. I was having it at the back of my mind that I could do better. But for you to have that recognition, you will have part of, I won't say clique, part of the real caribous, the apathetics. You need to be part of them. Before breaking into them is not an easy thing, because you have to be extraordinarily sound capability-wise. So it took me about 2 years to understudy them, to know about the plans and how to get into them. And that is one of the reasons why I will never forget Patron Oluwole Olufade. But it was difficult, but it was him that provided his back for me
to ride on,
to be back and gain, to ride on and gain recognition.
For the purpose of orientation and education, a lot of people may be hearing about Patron Olufade, popularly known as Oluwo. If you are talking about dromitos that has ever existed in the organization called Keggite Club, his name cannot but be mentioned. He's a wonderful, when you call dromito, when you see him on the drums, he's like, call him an evil spirit or call him the Holy Spirit. He's a spiritual being when he's on the drum. So no wonder, I mean, you blossom because you had a dromito who you were riding on his back, and then, I mean, it's just a marriage of of two creative minds.
Let me expatiate further on that. Oluwo, Daddy Firinge Firi, Freyan Balo, 911, Chiviyo, and host of others, they are from Ilia Lacoste. Kayode Agbosu is from Ilia Lacoste. Freyan Balo from Ilia Ogun.
Like I said, like I said, once in a while I'm going to stop because of education, those that are watching us. When we talk about Ilia, what is an Ilia? Then the acronym that comes with it, like Lacoste, Lacoste, some of us may know, but for the sake of those who would think that we are speaking in tongue, let us create awareness for that.
Ilias is a branch. I think Ilia is a French word. That's for the branch. The meaning is, I think, branch. Ilia means branch of the club in so area. When they say Ilia Lacoste, Keggite Club, Ilia Lacoste, Keggite Club, branch of Lagos State College of Science and Technology. That is the full meaning of Lacoste.
Lacoste is the abbreviation for the school. The Ilia is the branch of Keggite Club based in Lagos that school.
State College of Science and Technology, Lacoste.
So people listening, people watching, you need to understand that it is one of the terms used by the Keggite Club, in the formation to differentiate which of the institution branches we are talking about. So Ilia basically means the branch in a school. Now the name of the school is now the acronym that is attached to it.
Okay. Like the university I attended now, they called it Ilia Meleki. Keggite Club branch. Meleki is one of the, I think, ancestors of the area in which the school is situated. Meleki Agoiwoye Meleki. So Meleki is one of the ancestors. So they now named the branch after that ancestor. Ilya, branch of the club called Meleki, who are to be an ancestor in Agoiwoye, where the school is situated. Ilya.
Yeah, a lot of people get confused about Meleki. Meleki is a Methuselah area. It's been there for a long time. But a lot of people forget that it's Agoiwoye. But because of the name, the identity of that ancestral personality called Meleki. So most people don't know that Agoiwoye is also Meleki. A lot of people think there is Meleki, there is Agoiwoye, especially for those who are not there. Okay, because of our time, because I need to accommodate a lot.
Ogun State University, situated in Agoiwoye, the ancestral home of the descendants of Meleki.
But absolutely, yeah, that is properly said. Now, because we're still going to talk about the gyration. We're just knowing you. Now, let's just quickly. That's where I'm going to stop knowing you, and I want people to have a good insight about you.
Okay.
You joined. I mean, when were you bathed in Meleki? What year was that? What year did you join Meleki?
I joined Meleki in 1991.
Was that another transformation, or it was just a transition?
Okay, let me say this. It was never a transformation. When we went for TOK of Lagos State University, Ile-Akete, in Ile-Ife, part of the reason why I followed them is because of the admission. But I never got my admission to LASU. So then we met at a gyration. The student of Meleki met me there. They came to me. We became friends. To mention a few, Tiger Adelaja, Inka Olujimi, and lots, my word is and lots, like that. Then I said, what are you doing? Are you in LASU? I said, I'm never a student of LASU. Which school are you? I am not a student. I'm a fellow. I just everything here and there. You wish to come to go to school? I said, yes. Do you have results? I said, I have my result. Because part of the money I use in getting my admission, I realized it at the gyration ground. So now I said, okay, we'll do your admission. So in 1991, they did my admission. I got admission to Ogun State University to study philosophy. But I never changed from being a fellow into being a comrade of Meleki. But later they gave me LSF there. They gave me a life senior fellow honor there.
Okay. We're going to take a break. When we come back, because another thing we're doing on this program is we're also doing we're doing this particular edition as a tribute to the world gyrations that will be coming up very soon. And if you don't know what a gyration means, today you are going to know. Who are the people involved in the gyration? Today you will know. And the identity of LSF Adeolu Adekombi is also going to be one of those things. I'll quickly take another short break, a musical interlude again. And I already have, I can see at the backstage, the Loring Fellowships Convergency. I can see them, they're already preparing. We're going to have a live gyration all the way from Ilorin, where it's also another very carryable ERCs, convergences. Very soon we're going to have them too. But let me just quickly take this short break. When I come back, the show will continue. Please don't change to that. I'll soon be back.
Silly fuck. Yes. Will you marry me? No. Hey, one day. Yes. Will you marry me? No. I like that person. Yes. Will you marry me? No. My love, my love, my love. My love, my love, my love. If I marry you as a comrado, I'll tell you the reason why. When I become a home, go you pack your load and go. Selense, comrado, selense. Selense, comrado, selense. If you think I love you, selense, I will never, never marry you, selense. Iyo, la se kamire. Iyo, la se kamire. Iyo la sega mi re. Iyo la sega mi re. Ere mu deri oye la sega mi re. Iyo la sega mi re. Ere mu deri oye la sega mi re. Iyo la sega mi re. Iyo la sega mi re. denu wa.
Onyewe denu wa. Onyewe
denu wa.
Onyewe denu wa. Onyewe.
Ọ̀gá dìlímà o.
Idenu wa, chifu denu wa. Idenu wa.
Ọmọdébé ìrìtẹ́ni sólà.
Idenu wa, chifu denu wa. Idenu wa.
Ọba bọ́dé wẹ̀ ṣáìdì mi o.
Idenu wa, chifu denu wa. Idenu wa.
Ajá lọmọ wà patron sólà mi.
Idenu wa, chifu denu wa. Idenu wa.
Ọmọdébé ju ẹ̀nẹ̀ abọ́.
Juwene
Ayọ̀ ní àkún ìjú ẹ̀nẹ̀ abọ́.
Juwene
Ìbàyọ̀ ó yé fẹ̀sọ̀ ju ẹ̀nẹ̀ abọ́. Ìlíyà góńgò la ju ẹ̀nẹ̀ abọ́. Ìdí ọmí àpèjì ju ẹ̀nẹ̀ abọ́. Ìtúndé bá a bọ̀. Àbílọ́mọ ju ẹ̀nẹ̀ abọ́. Ọmọ dúdú mi jọjọ ẹ̀ṣọ́ àìkún yìí.
Juene. Wow, that was really. You are not just a singer. I can see that you're also a good dancer. So are you from one of those Ile? What do they call that? Are you from an Oje family?
I'm not from an Oje family, but my mother is. She's from this talking drummer.
Okay. Yeah, that's why it shows in your blood. Okay. Well, I have the Ilorin Fellowships Convergency. They are getting ready, and I'm just going to show us. They're just preparing right now. This is part of the gyration. Part of what people are saying, you know. Well, that is Ilorin Fellowships Convergency. You can see them gyrating there. And this is what you call a mini tapping. Or you can call it a live gyration, depending on the size. Mini tapping means something that you just do that is not, maybe it doesn't comprise of other things. Maybe he's going to explain. And they are going to come back and they're going to have like about 5 minutes later on in the program. But let us continue with our interview. And we're still also waiting for Chief Ojola Ibino to join us anytime from now. So, LSF Adeolu.
Yeah, okay, my patron.
We have talked about you. Now let's talk about you in the comrade man. Let's talk about gyration itself. What is gyration?
Gyration is let me just define it according to my own understanding. Is a coming together of members of the club called Keggite Club to have the merrymaking, like a party, to have a partying or enjoyment together. So that is what the gyration means. In doing this, they will sing, the drummings will involve songs too, and they have the enjoyment like that. That is I can define what gyration is. Coming together, merry-making, joyful mood of a club called Keggite Club. Thank you.
So this merrymaking, because we're talking about Kegites and its gyrations. At what point do you gyrate? Is it something that is scheduled? Is it something that is just abrupt? Then who are the people that can be involved in gyrations?
Okay. Sometimes some gyrations are organized. Sometimes happened on impromptu level. The organized one, like the one they are doing now, we call it mini tapping. Sometimes in our town, sometimes in when we were in the school, we call it prayer meeting. At a particular day of the week, they do that one. Then there's one they call initiation or transformation now. That one, they normally organize that when they want to absorb new members of the club. They'll bring them in, they will give them tutorials, sometimes test them, because we used to say that it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a comrado. Comrados are non-student member, non-member of the club, to come into the club, to my papa's kingdom. So that was is another gyration. Then there's what we call fellowship night. We normally do fellowship night when we want to do henceforth for the members of the club that are passing out, that has passed out of the powers of the higher institution.
That are graduating.
Graduating, sending them forth or welcoming them into the garden of the fellowships. You know what I'm saying? So before as a student, they were comrades. After leaving the school, they become fellow. It's a kind of merrymaking we organize for them to be members of the fellowships body of the club. There's another one they call coronation. This coronation is normally done when another leader of the club that we call chief, when they were about to be picked or to be coronated. We use the word coronation for them. So we normally do that coronation.
So it's like a transition ceremony from one government or one regime to another regime.
Very good, very good.
Okay. Now, because we're talking about the gyrations, and I'm very happy that you have taken us through some segments of the situations of gyration. Now, don't forget we are addressing Keggite Club. Is it a cult or a confraternity? I want you to be explicit now. Keggite Club, your ways, your patterns, your tradition, your language, the way you dress, and everything. Does that not give us connotations of your entity being a cult group or a confraternity?
Thank you very much, Are. Thank you very, very much for this. I will explain this in two terms. If you use the word confraternity, the word cult, you say the word cult, but you say cult, secret cult. I want to believe, I don't know, I've had the terms, but I have never been part of any cult or whatever. They have their secrets. There's something abstractly. Their activities sometimes are not known to people. They call them cult. The word confraternity sometimes is being abused. So, Keggite Club is a kind of I won't agree because it's ambiguous. Cult, confraternity, they are not cults. There's no secrecy in Keggite Club. But for you to really understand what is going on in Keggite Club, you have to be part of them for you to have perfect understanding. They are neither a confraternity. They are neither, according to my terms, I don't see them as a secret cult. But if you call them an open cult or an open confraternity, because when we do our things normally, everybody, whoever you have, wherever you are, you are free to be there. We are not doing anything in secret, but for you to have perfect understanding of what we are doing, our terms, our modus operandi, you have to be part of us. You can be with us for 10 years, for 50 years, for 20 years, you may not really.
LSF Adeolu, I'm going to use your words. I'm going to use your words against you. Oh, it's an open court. I'm quoting you verbatim. It's an open court. So
Yeah,
if I call you a cultist, would I be wrong to call you a cultist? Because you said maybe it's an open court. And you and your progenitors and the ones coming after you.
Okay. Let me explain this. You see, my understanding of what they call court, it has to do with secrecy. It has to do with secrecy. There's nothing secret in what we are doing. But then, in the course of this interview, I was saying some things. I was using some terms. Sometimes I said, I have landed. You said, are you coming down from the plane? For a member of our club, when you said, I have landed, it means I have made my submission.
Okay, so is that the, okay, now, because let's look at the coloration so that we can, for explanation purposes, especially for those who have maybe some impression about the Keggite Club. You, or should I say we, you guys in your kingdom, in the comradium, you use terms. You call them coding and decoding.
Gyrations.
Now, are those things not secretive because you don't want people to understand? Okay, if I want to tell somebody that, oh, you just ran away or I can't find you again, then you say you Nepalize. Is that person working? Is that working with PHPN?
When you say you Nepalize, you know the Nigerian situation when Nepal put off the power, when there's no power. So instead of saying you are nowhere to be found, there's no power, you say you Nepalize. That means the light, the electricity in your surroundings is no more. So you'll be in the dark. Nobody will see you. So when you leave,
so you are using the personality of Nepa to now describe the situation that is there. So
when I get off your site, you don't see me again. There's no light. You cannot visualize me again. I say,
Nepalized.
I Nepalize.
May God help Nepa. So, viewers at home, because you might be watching, for the sake of those that are watching that are not Nigerians, you may not know what NEPA is. NEPA is like the entity. Yes, it means National Electric Power Authority. They are saddled with the responsibility of power production, power distribution, power generation, and billing. But they changed their name to PHCN. So the NEPA, another name that you call NEPA is never expect power always. We'll talk about that another time. Now, another time, because I want people to get familiar. You are talking to me. Is that not secretive? Instead of you to just tell me, stand up, you tell me, disobey the law of gravity. Is that not something that you are hiding? Is that not something secret? Okay. Why don't you just say, stand up?
Okay. You see, that is, I said something that camaraderie is an open court. You see, the terms we use sometimes, we use it for people to be keenly interested in our club, to be keenly concerned about what we are doing, to be inquisitive about us. Their inquisitiveness, unknowingly we bring them to be part of us because we love people, we embrace people, both female, male, no matter the status you have, we are other people that you always, when you know us, you always want to relate with us. You only even recommend us for the children unborn. So the law of gravity, gravitational force pull people together. When I tell you disobey the law of gravity, we are telling you that the seat you're sitting down, pull yourself up
from that gravity that is making you to sit.
So if you obey it, you'll be glued, you'll be pulled down. But when you stand up, disobey the law of gravity, stand up from there. Instead of telling you, my friend, just get up from there. Say, disobey the law of gravity. You see, you need to be, Keggite Club is not just a club that drinks for wine. Intellectually, there are terms, they're everything, highly educational. You get what I'm saying? But you need. Okay,
well, we're still talking about the content of your gyration. Now we just talk about the language that you people call language. Yeah, we just call something. You know, I'm also trying to look at the perspective of those people who think you are a cult group. Because what are you hiding? Just say, oh, my father's language. Which one is my father's language? Yeah, you get. So now let's look at some of the other elements. Some things that you find out. Confraternity. Let me quickly tell you what confraternity means from Wikipedia. It says it's a brotherhood. First thing is a brotherhood. Brotherhood by what? Is it bound together by palm wine or by what? Secondly, it says especially for things that are charitable or religious purposes. When you talk about religion, it means that maybe it has some spiritual connotation. What does this have to do with? Because if we have talked about cults, and you said it's not a cult. Now, is it a confraternity? Is Keggite a brotherhood formation? Do you go into charitable things, or is it also about religion? Because it said for religious purposes, which can be spiritual.
The founders of this club, then, I think the concept they had then was that they wanted to promote African culture. Everything at the university then in Nigeria is about the Western education. And sometimes some of the students were were assimilating some Western culture. You get what we are talking about. But the founding fathers, that's why they found that they are understudying the Western education. They never wanted the cultural aspect of our genesis to be wiped off. So when they came together to drink, to have their making together to drink, dine and wine, talk, play together, you see, they have the concept of not forgetting the African culture. Now, you are talking about confraternity and brotherhood now. You are my brother. The African concept has to do with brotherliness, oneness in the same neighborhood. So that is just what the Keggite. There's nothing secrecy as such about them.
That is where I'm going. That is where I'm going. I was going to ask you, Keggite Club, its operation, its gyration, is it open to the public at any point in time and at every point in time?
Keggite gyration is open to everybody.
At any point in time.
At any point in time.
And at every point in time.
It's open. When Keggite is gyrating, you are free to join them. You are free to ask questions. There's nothing shady. They are covering nothing. The only thing they do is promoting African culture. And it's a club that there are lots to be learned about it. I am a typical and proper example of what Keggite Club is. So there's nothing secret. There's no secret about it. It's about togetherness, about brotherliness. It's about oneness. It's about promotion of African culture. I'm sorry to say this in Yoruba. So we must not forget our root. We must not forget our genesis. Any tree that decided not to take cognizance or take note of its root, we definitely dried up. You get what I'm saying? So that is all Keggite Club is all about. There's no secret about it. They don't demand it. Everybody is free to come in.
Now there's a big difference between a cult group and a confraternity. Now let's look at the dictionary again. Let's see what is a cult.
All right.
You get it? And then we are going to look at the new definition that cultism is given, especially in the institution. Because everybody knows now that when you talk about cultism in Africa, but now our case study is Nigeria. That's where Keggite Club came from. Cultism is about violence, it's about crime, it's about beating, killing, maiming, doing all sorts of nefarious things. But this is what the dictionary calls a cult. A cult is a system, not just a group, it's a system of religious veneration and devotion directed towards a particular figure or object. That's what they call a cult. Now, it's not called a misplaced excessive admiration for a particular person or thing. Misplaced. So when you talk about cultism, it's talking about misplaced priority, where you give attention to something that is not supposed to be. It could be to some power, it could be to some system, it could be anything. But as the case is now, in schools, cultism is seen as something that is violent. Cultism is seen as something that is subjugatory, something that is intimidating, a lot of bad things, acronym. Now, confraternity is different. I give kudos to the likes of Professor Wale Soyinka, who can still come out to public to say that, yes, I started with some people, started so confraternity. But the definition of what a confraternity back in the day is supposed to be a pressure group that can influence some things for some people. But has those things not been taken away? The standard has been taken away and replaced with some misplaced, unguided situations. Now, why we are looking at this is like your ways in Keggite Club has similarities with things they do in the confraternity and the cult. Music, the gyrations, the wearing of clothes and colors. If I can quickly ask you, very briefly, what are the colors of the Keggite Club?
We have white, we have green, we have brown.
Now, in the other systems too, they have colors. So, are we not looking at similarities?
I don't know their color. I don't know what they. I don't need to tell you about Keggite Club.
I did my research when I was coming on.
The white in our own regalia
Means
symbolizes whitish color of the palm wine, which is the traditional wine that we drink. The brown in our color symbolizes the stem of the tree, of the palm tree, the stem of the palm tree. That is brown. And the green we have in our color symbolizes the leaf on the tree. Everything about us is about the palm wine, it's about the palm tree, and that is exactly what our color is all about. White, brown, and green.
Some time ago, a colleague who was reporting for one of the print medium in Nigeria said that he went somewhere and he was wearing something and somebody came and challenged him that, why are you wearing this color? Is it possible for somebody, now if I'm wearing maybe like a green cap or a brown cap and then I wear something like, and then is it possible for somebody to come and challenge me that, why are you wearing that color? Is that possible?
If you wear your green, you wear your green. Wherever you are. You see, we used to say something, by their fingers and carryability, we shall know them.
That's you have taken yourself down from frying pan to fire. By what carryability? You will explain tire. You will explain tire.
If you wear your green to any function, to any place, Keggite Club is less concerned. But our traditional regalia, that the name of your school will be printed there, the symbol of the palm wine, the guard, the calabash will be there. If you wear that one, if anybody sees you, it will approach you, it will greet you, with utmost humility. Then he will ask you questions. Are you part of our cultural club?
How do you ask? Because now we are going to go to the language.
No.
In the gyration, because at the gyration ground, okay, you guys speak some language that others may not ordinarily understand. Well, okay, you want to ask me, or are you a member? How do you ask me?
Okay, let me tell you. If I want to ask you that, are you a member?
And be honest. Be honest.
Baba, may your days be long. Can you identify yourself by way of your nomenclature? What he's saying, in essence, is this:
too much English.
He watched you wearing the regalia of a particular branch of the club. Where I'm seeing you because of impersonation. Some people may get, maybe they may not be part of us, but they may get what our regalia is from and just put it on to fake amongst us. But by the time they started asking you those questions. Can you identify yourself by your nomenclature? If you want to identify yourself by your nomenclature, like myself now, if somebody asks me that question, I say, I am Emudeolu Ogurokombi. Because what I'm saying is necessary.
You deliberately remove the Ade from your name and you change it to Emu and Oguro.
I'm part of that culture, Emudeolu Ogurokombi. Then when you say that one, you know that you know what. But when they ask you, can you identify? And my name is, they know that definitely you are impersonating. So they will want to know you more. If they may even tell you, well, if you want to take your thing, just you are not part of us. But if you want to be part of this, part of act of being inquisitive is what gave people most interest. He wanted to know this club and being part of this club. So there's nothing secret about it. They will ask you questions. Unlike people that will come to you and tell you that you must remove that club or attack you. No. We want people to be part of us. And I won't lie to you, I think we are the best social cultural club in the world. If property is being annexed. Thank you. My submission. You are muted.
Thank you.
All right.
I said we're just coming up. How I wish Chief Ojola is here. Well, you know, we are just moving on. We still have good 1 hour. I'm delaying some things for some reasons. At your gyration ground.
All right.
Or gyrations.
All right.
We have some paraphernalia, some things that you usually see them. Drums.
Okay.
The clothes that you wear is called regalia.
All right.
Am I correct?
100%.
Those are some of the paraphernalias we see there.
100%.
And then there's a lot of singing. Does that also not create an impression that it's a group? And songs are particularly sung in some. You have some, especially when you want to do what you call the coronation. There are some songs that are known for such situation. Is there a reason why? For you now as a songito, I want you to first of all give us one of those songs. When you are about to do that transition, there's something called procession. Procession sounds like a word for something that is secret. Now, when you are doing that procession, you have some certain songs that you sing. Is that not cultic or confraternity like?
Let me put this to you. Fortunately, I was born into Fikridge. My daddy died as a bishop of a church organization. In our church, when we want to do a processional or recessional hymn, we will sing, Glory is okay. Then the bishop, the reverend, or the holy, they will sing, they will dance into the church. Then, that is Western culture, church. That has to do with the English people. Then, in Africa, when we want to start our program, too, we have to sing. By coming in, we have to sing, and people need to move in as people normally do in the church. But when we are moving in, which we call procession,
ibi tẹ́ gbé fídíò yẹn sí kò show àwọn èèyàn dáadáa then ẹ̀mẹ́wàá ẹ̀yin kan ń cover ẹ̀ ẹni tó ń kọrin àrójú ẹ̀ àgbọ̀n nǹkan tó ń kọ ìwọ nìkan la kàn rí tó kàn ń cover camera kíní yẹn ò show àwọn èèyàn dáadáa ọ̀rẹ́ tí ó ti lọ sókè jù ẹni tó bá ń kọrin
So we have to do our processional hymn, songs, and all the stuff like that. Ari, I'm very much with you. Are you with me?
So even in church, I mean, this is opinion.
Before coming into the church for normal service, they sing.
I don't want to talk about the church, but there are some allegations too that some things that they do in church can also be terms to look like it's cultic, like it's whatever. But we're not talking about the church today. Let's limit it to Keggite Club. because we don't want to mix things. I'm talking about the situational things. Okay, sing one of the songs when you are doing your procession. I know that you sing very well. So sing one of the songs and let us punch it.
God, hear our prayer. God, listen to us. We, the members of the club, may we never die mysteriously. We, the members of the club, are not part of anything secret. There's no imule. There's nothing like vow among us. There's nothing like blood vows or anything of such amongst us. Because of this, God, please hear our prayer. Help us. Have mercy on us. That is the meaning of
It's the song I want you to sing. Let's leave the explanation now.
That is the song. But I have to do that interpretation for non-members to know what the songs, the words connotes. That's why, because I want people to have perfect understanding of what our processional songs are.
Okay. I'm going to make you sweat a little bit today, and then I'll bring you back to relaxation. Now, Elizabeth, you have been wonderful with all your explanations. When people come to this program, I'll put you on an edge. And I'm going to take the best out of you. There are two things now that we have to achieve on this program. One, we're going to now talk about, when we come back, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about you, the Osu Melody, how much life has been good with you, for you, with the gyrations, popularity in the comradium, and what is your next target? What are you looking up to in the foreseeable future for Keggite Club? But that will only be when we take this short break. When we come back, the show will come. Please, viewers out there, we'd like you to put your comments. We'd like you to ask questions. Elizabeth Adekombi is here, popularly known as Osu Melody. I want you can drop your comments on YouTube. You can drop it on Facebook. We're going to publish it right here in the studio for everybody to see, and he will be able to answer your questions accordingly. And even if you want to make compliments, you want to say thank you, you know him somewhere, it will also be nice for you to be able to do that. I'll take this short break. When I come back, the show will definitely go. Please don't go. Please share it as much as you can, and let other people know that you are also watching something nice. All right, you're welcome, everybody. The program is still your opinion, and we have live in the studio. We have LSF Adeolu Adekombi. Is something wrong with his? Is something wrong with his network? LSF Adeolu, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
While we're waiting for LSF Adeolu, I'm going to invite. I'm going to invite the Ilorin Fellowships Convergency. I don't know what's wrong. I think the network is a little bit bad as it is right now.
Primos comrade.
Ile Afasa Ashapna. We are choosing.
This LOC state of Iliadu in Ilorin. That is say affected to Iliadu in Ilorin. SY raised to power 9. Afanja is collaborating. Our dice belong.
Manya Stikali.
Go by the way of gyration. The gods are very, very wide. I want to begin, no. I want to gyrate.
Adodorima, Erima, yeah, Adodorima.
I want to begin, I want to gyrate.
Adodorima, Erima, yeah, Adodorima.
I want to begin, I want to gyrate.
Adodorima, Erima, yeah, Adodorima.
I don't know why we cannot hear them. I mean, why we cannot see them. What was wrong with I think the network is bad as it is.
Adodorima, Erima, yeah, Adodorima. Adodorima, Erima, yeah, Adodorima.
Àárín now. Àárín kíní yẹn ti freeze. Àárín bóyá kẹ́ start. It is hang now. Yeah, àárín video yẹn. Mi ò rí yín. Well, I think we have some little bit of hitch with the network, so I will be expecting them to come back into the studio, and maybe by then we'll be able to see them. But while we do that, I'm going to play another musical interlude while we try to sort out the problem in the studio.
Supremos Comradio. This is a special world track titled Unification. May our unity continue to be in diversity. The house that divides against itself. May we never fall to Baba Eledumare I have spoken. Supremos Comradio. This is a special world track titled Unification. May our unity continue to be in diversity. The house that divides against itself. May we never fall to Baba Eledumare I have spoken. My nomenclature remain LSF Adeolu of Father Protection Ilia Miliki. Oh. Supremos Comradio. This is a special world track titled Unification. May our unity continue to be in diversity. The house that divides against itself. May we never fall to Baba Eledumare I have spoken. My nomenclature remain LFF Adeolu of Father Protection Iliya Miliki. Ohun gbogbo tí mo ní o, ìrẹ́ ní í ṣe o bàbá. Ohun gbogbo tí.
The stories that are most important to us are stories about me, you, and others. Such stories are about politics, economy, landmark achievements, institutions, sports, and entertainment.
Viewers out there, you are welcome back to the program. The network is pretty bad and it's really affecting us in the studio. I don't know what's going on, but we're trying to work on it. So while we work on it, you might be seeing some intermissions, here and there. And when we restore the network, when we restore it back fully, we'll be able to continue. But as you see, Elizabeth Adeolu is not really properly are represented here. So I'll go for another break. We want to quickly work on that and then we'll be back again. Please sorry for the break in transmission.
Celebrate the heartbeat of Africa. Join the U.S. Archivarian as we unite. Come and celebrate the Come and
We're still
celebrate the
working
heartbeat
seriously
of
on it,
Africa. Join
and
the
it's
US
so frustrating right
Academia
now in
as
the
we
studio,
unite in
but
the spirit of
hopefully
brotherhood,
we'll be able to
culture,
get something done.
and
So I'm just
tradition.
apologizing
Together,
again.
we
It's
honor
really,
our
really
shared
terrible here
African
in the studio. So
heritage,
our
rooted in
technicians are working
peace,
on it. Please,
unity,
pardon
and
me.
ewúro làgbà igi ó ní ewúro làgbà igi igi gbogbo ẹ bọ̀wọ̀ ewúro ewúro làgbà igi ewúro làgbà igi.
come and celebrate the heartbeat of Africa. Join the US Academia as we unite in the spirit of brotherhood.
ewúro làgbà igi ó ní ewúro làgbà igi igi gbogbo ẹ bọ̀wọ̀ ewúro ewúro làgbà igi 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 igi gbogbo ẹ bọ̀wọ̀ ewúro làgbà igi. ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́ ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́ akérèdọ́lù ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́ bísí fàyẹ̀mí ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́ ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà ẹ lọ sáyé ṣe ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́. ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́ 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 ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà ẹ lọ sáyé ṣe ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́. Akin oṣó nílì yálà ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́ sáǹtì. ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà ẹ lọ sáyé ṣe ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́. Ikọ̀ fagunwa ìgbò irun mọ́lẹ̀ kẹ má máa jáyé ó bàjẹ́. ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà ẹ lọ sáyé ṣe ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́. Kí ara ké wọlé ní kọta ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́ o. ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà ẹ lọ sáyé ṣe ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́. Túndé Adésànyà wọ́n lẹ̀ ẹ má máa jáyé ó bàjẹ́. ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà ẹ lọ sáyé ṣe ẹ má máa jáyé ó bàjẹ́. ó má máa bọ̀ o ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́ ẹ má máa ní national má máa jáyé fọ́. ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́ ẹ má máa jáyé fọ́.
Americana Archival plus Convergence, for it is written in the Bukola of Bukoses, chapter Emu and verse Capito, embrace the abundance of joy viamus togetherness, for in unity lies the essence of merriment. Americana Archival plus Convergence. On Friday 20th and Saturday 24th December 2024 went by the wages of a bombastic and mass migration to that area. We, Houston, Texas, United States of America, for a Melawurious and Nazi Bamus first winter war gyration. Place B, Comfort Inn and Suites, Southwest Houston, Sugarland. Ataimati, all day till Kukuruku, Solidify, Kilimanjaro, Holy Water, Atlantic Ocean. Americana Archival plus Convergence, a convergence of Kutases by the Kutases and for the Kutases.
Yeah, you're welcome back. Elisa Vadelu, can you hear me?
I can hear you very well, my people.
Okay, how is the picture over there? Is everything okay on your side?
Yeah, it's okay. just a little bit.
It's glitching.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's just go on because of our time. And if we don't finish it in this series, that definitely we can always have a part 2. So, but I want to apologize on behalf of the entire crew and cast here that we're sorry. Sometimes technical issues like that. All right. So now we were talking about the identification, those paraphernalias that we see at gyration. And you have debunked every of those claims by some people that, oh, those things have colorations of cultism or confraternity. So how will you best define Keggite Club and its activities to somebody who is hearing it for the first time? Like, I have a lot of people that are watching now, and some of them are even sending personal text messages to me that they want to know more about Keggite Club. Can you please have the microphone and go ahead?
Keggite Club is a socio-cultural club that emanated from Nigeria here. It's a coming together of some Africans to promote their cultural heritage, to protect their cultural inheritance. Nothing more. They are all out there for charity purpose, for togetherness of purpose. It's a club that is after the betterment and goodness of all Africans, both at home and in diaspora. It's a social cultural club, nothing more.
I like the way you added and nothing more. Okay, now, how much has Keggite been able to do in terms of upliftment of socio-cultural values? How much have you done? What are the things that you do apart from the gyration? What are the things that are, the things that are done by Keggite Club or within the ranks and file of Keggite Club that actually promoted the socio-cultural identity?
Very good. Like what is will be happening in America December 2021, which we call World Gyrations.
Please go ahead.
Keggite Club has helped in so many ways and promoting the cultural values and norms of Africans. Like using myself as a case studies, or let me say this, in UK, the cultural values of Africans of the club is out there. We have a branch in United Kingdom called Ilya the Queens. We are UK Fellowship Company. So many Africans, both members of Keggite and non-members of Keggite, are always coming together there, having merry making together, doing activities that will not make them forget their roots. That's why the fact that they are in diaspora. In America, so many things are happening there too. Bringing together the Africans, their values, their cultural heritage, and promotions like that. And in the course of doing that, people are coming to aid of everyone. People helping themselves to grow, to be good. So all about Keggite Club, the concept, the gyration, is about the goodness and betterment of Africans.
So beyond the gyration, beyond the coming together, Keggite Club also get involved in charitable things. They get involved in social interactions. I think there was a clip, I'll try and look for it. There was a clip I saw sometime. I saw the Keggite Club of one of the areas, or maybe I think a couple of years. They went to the school. They went to give them orientation. They were doing some career talks and all that, and I think that's a very good one, and that's one of the ways that Keggite Club can actually show people that this is not a secret cult, it's not a secret organization. All right, we're going to take it to another level. This time around, we want to actually know you. Elesevade has been a world-renowned songito over the years. So apart from people watching you, watching your videos and listening to your songs, I want you to do something for us live. Let's even hear you sing. Let's hear you bring out all those identities that you have talked about. Sometimes I even see you sing high life and all that. If you are ready for me, the stage is all yours now.
It depends on
yes, please.
what you want me to do. Musically, the concept is large. If you want it traditional way, if you want it pure high life way, whatever level you want me to operate.
Okay, I think for the purpose of this discussion, let us do the gyration, because we want you to give us what gyration actually looks like, what it sounds like when you go on gyration. What kind of music are you likely to hear? Because the music part of it is actually one of the things that attracts people to Keggite Club. So I want you to just give us a sample of things that you are likely to see if you come to join the Keggite Club.
I think I'm clear now.
Yes, we can hear you and see you loud and clear.
Kò sóhun tí a ní o tó kún wa lójú d'Ọlọ́run lọ. Kò sóhun tí mo ní o tó kún mi lójú d'Ọlọ́run lọ. Ohun gbogbo tí mo ní o tìrẹ ní í ṣe o bàbá. Ohun gbogbo tí mo ní o tìrẹ ní í ṣe. Tolúwa bá fún ẹni kò, ọ̀rẹ́ mi máa bàbẹ̀ jẹ́ o. Ènìyàn ló lónìí o, Elédùà ló lọ́jọ́ ọ̀la. Ẹ̀bùn orin nínú ayé mi tìrẹ ní í ṣe Ọlọ́run. Ohun gbogbo tí mo ní o tìrẹ ní í ṣe. Kò sóhun tí mo ní o tó kún mi lójú d'Ọlọ́run lọ. Kò sóhun tí mo ní o tó kún mi lójú d'Ọlọ́run lọ. Ohun gbogbo tí mo ní o tìrẹ ní í ṣe o bàbá. Ohun gbogbo tí mo ní o tìrẹ ní í ṣe. Ìyá ní ó jọmọ tí ó gbọ́n o, ìyá ní ó jọmọ tí ó gbọ́n o. Bímọ kan bó dàgbà, máa múre lé ìwé o. Bímọ kan bó dàgbà, máa mú wẹ. Ayé ilé máa mú wẹ ẹgbẹ̀rún lójúrọ. Ẹ wá wòran bàbá wa. Ẹ wá bàbá wa. Ọmọdé ẹ wá wòran bàbá wa. Alàgbà ẹ wá wòran bàbá wa. Ọkùnrin ẹ wá wòran bàbá wa. Obìnrin ẹ wá wòran bàbá wa. Bàbá wa. Ẹ lọ sí mi àgbàjá. Àwa ní bàbá kan tó mòye. Òun ló gbádé adé àwàgà gẹ́gẹ́. Ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ mo ní ẹ máa pé kó ṣẹ àṣẹ. Ẹ máa pé kó ṣẹ àṣẹ. Ọdẹ roko ọdẹ pẹ̀rọ àṣẹ. Ẹran kìlọ̀ ọdẹ pa àṣẹ. Ọdẹ pẹ̀rọ òkété àṣẹ. Ikú àríwá kété àṣẹ. Àrùn àríwá kété àṣẹ. Ẹ máa pé kó ṣẹ àṣẹ. Ọdẹ roko ọdẹ pẹ̀rọ àṣẹ. Ẹran kìlọ̀ ọdẹ pa àṣẹ. Ọdẹ pẹ̀rọ
àṣẹ.
Wá wálé àṣẹ. Wá wálé àṣẹ. Ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ mu ní ọ̀yẹ̀kú ọ̀yẹ̀gẹrẹ. Ọ̀yẹ̀kú ọ̀yẹ̀gẹrẹ. Ó yẹ̀kú lórí mi ọ̀yẹ̀gẹrẹ. Ọ̀yẹ̀kú ó yàrún lórí mi ọ̀yẹ̀gẹrẹ. Ọ̀yẹ̀kú ọ̀yẹ̀gẹrẹ. Ó yòkó lórí mi ọ̀yẹ̀gẹrẹ. Ọ̀yẹ̀kú ọ̀yẹ̀gẹrẹ. Èdùmàrè fún mi lólú ọmọ. Èdùmàrè fún mi lólú ọmọ. Elédùmarè fún mi lólú ọmọ. Èdùmàrè fún mi lólú ọmọ olú ọmọ máa ń dá mi lọ́rùn Èdùmàrè fún mi lólú ọmọ olú ọmọ máa ń dá mi lọ́rùn Èdùmàrè fún mi lólú ọmọ o ehun pẹ́ dàgbà ọmọ o ehun pẹ́ dàgbà kékeré jòjò ló kò bímọ mi o ọmọ o ehun pẹ́ dàgbà kí n tó tàjọdé mo bọ́ ọmọ mi ọmọ o ehun pẹ́ dàgbà kékeré jòjò ló mo bímọ mi o ọmọ o ehun pẹ́ dàgbà yẹ́yẹ́ rí yẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀gà ìgbèdé o yẹ́yẹ́ rí yẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀gà ìgbèdé o. Àyà tó pé bí lológùrọ̀ o orí mi àbàjá o àyà tó pé mi lológùrọ̀ ṣe borí mi àgbà fún orí mi lẹ́lẹ́mu tó pé ń wá orí mi àgbà ìwọ màmá mi lológùrọ̀ o tó pé ìjà o orí mi àgbà orí mi àbàjá ẹ̀dá mi àpè lọ bí mo rége ẹgẹ́ máa tà bí mo rége ẹgẹ́ máa tà bí bá yọ ẹ lọ́tún máa tún yọ ẹ lòsì alájẹdọba àjẹtán gbogbo ẹ bí mo rége ẹgẹ́ máa tà gbóhùn mi àìrà gbóhùn mi o mo ní kó gbóhùn mi mo fẹ́ rí kó ilé fìlà ẹlẹ́mú mo ti dénú rẹ̀ fìlà ẹlẹ́mú mo ti dénú rẹ̀ àfìyà o àfìyà o àfìyà o àfìyà Keggite mirror dẹ̀dẹ̀ lórí mi o ó má ṣe bóyún ní fún àgbẹ̀ àmẹ́mú àwọn fọ́bra àwọn lè rí fìlà ẹlẹ́mú mo ti dénú rẹ̀ o fìlà ẹlẹ́mú mo ti dénú rẹ̀ àfìyà o àfìyà o àfìyà o àfìyà Keggite mirror dẹ̀dẹ̀ lórí mi o wọ́n wá yọ lókè ọmọ ẹlẹ́mú
yọ lókè wọ́n dàbí èwe.
wọ́n wá yọ ọmọ ẹlẹ́mú yọ
lókè wọ́n dàbí
òyì àmọ́dún àmì
àṣẹ
ọwọ́
àmì àṣẹ àmì àṣẹ
ọlọ́dẹ gbà àmì àṣẹ ànímọ̀ òwò àmì wọ́n wá yọ lókè ọmọ ẹlẹ́mú yọ lókè mọ̀ tàbí èwe ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń dé fìlà mi bí àgbẹ̀ 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 ẹ wo bó ṣe dé fìlà bí ara òkú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń dé fìlà mi bí àgbẹ̀ ẹ wo bó ṣe dé fìlà bí ara òkú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń dé fìlà mi bí àgbẹ̀ ẹ wo bó ṣe dé fìlà bí ara òkú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń dé fìlà mi bí àgbẹ̀. Oyè ẹ ń gbóhùn mi oyè yìí máa ń mí o yé o ẹ ń gbóhùn mi oyè yìí máa ń mí o ìyólóyè lágbàlá o ló pé ìwájú yìí oyè yìí máa ń mí o ìyólóyè lẹ́kùlé o ló pé ìwájú yìí oyè yìí adébálẹ̀ táì kí náà ń pọ̀ bá pè
ọba láṣẹ ọba
pè
ọba láṣẹ ọba ọba láṣẹ ọba ọba láṣẹ ọba. LSF Adeolu, yeah, thank you for that beautiful piece. Now, what is your driving point? I have seen you singing on stage live You are also a musician on the part, apart from being a songito in the comradium. What is your driving force? The Adeolu that is talking now, when I see you on stage, quite different. It's like there's one spirit that takes you over and you just can't stop. What is that driving force?
First and foremost, I say it's the God Almighty. I say it's the God Almighty. Because to be frank with you, I have never been with any musician in my life. I have never worked under any musician in my life. This talent, I just found it there and I started using it. That's why, firstly, I say God Almighty. Secondly, I will give glory to God for giving me the kind of parentage I had. My mother, my father, they gave me the utmost encouragement towards the things I love doing most, right from my toddler stage. Thirdly, I give it to the club called Keggite. Because the Keggite Club is such a wonderful club that so many things I'm doing now, I learned it there. I developed, they gave me room to develop the gift of God in me. I said God, it started in the church. When I came to Keggite Club, what I brought from Keggite Club changed it, transformed it into another thing. Keggite Club brought me to Osu. When I got to Osu and I started Osu Melody, it was this same Keggite Club that gave me the motivation to do the high life, to do stuff more in Osu. And however, we grateful to a club called to a group called the Father Connection. They're my childhood friend. We started together. We are all members. We met in the Keggite Club. We all did wonderful things together. They gave me so much encouragement. I cannot start mentioning their name. I think God used them to do a wonderful thing in my life musically.
So since you started, what are the obstacles that you have encountered? Has there been any particular day that you have said, "Oh, I wish I did not come into all this"? Has there been stumbling blocks, or what are the downside to all these experiences?
I have seen so many challenges, so many things had happened, but I give glory to Almighty God. I have never thought once of. I have never had a concept or idea of why am I doing this? Why must this? Why should I be? I have never for once in my life. Because it's just innate. It is just abstract. It is just utmost passion. And there's nothing I have achieved in my life that did not come to these things and this. Everything. That's in it. It is enormous. It is just too much. Until tomorrow, there's nothing I can do in my life.
Okay, there's no way we can finish this interview in one session. There's no way, because there's a lot we need to talk about. Today we're just talking about Keggite gyration, but one of these days I'm going to bring you just by yourself. We're not going to do anything except Adeolu, because what I thought you are is even what I'm saying right now is more than what I think you are. There's a lot to unravel. But let me just quickly, before we round up, because our time is fast spent. This thing seems to be not only for enjoyment, it's also for economic reasons, because everybody is calling Adeolu left, right, and center. Can you say, God, I thank you when it comes to economic returns? Can you say, yes, don't be economical with what, because of what you are going to give me, but can you say, yes, God, I bless you?
Let me say something, Are. Saying God, I thank you is an understatement. Saying God, I'm grateful is an understatement. Saying God, you are so much is an understatement. I don't know how best I can thank the Almighty God for what has happened so far in my career as a song personality. Except if I need to go to the entire world, maybe I give you a challenge from now to Jesus come. To continue thanking God on my behalf. God, of what you have done in the life of my friend, I will forever thank you. Everything about my life, I can't thank God enough. God is just God, I thank you. God, I'm grateful for all that. If I start talking about it, even this step today, you have said it, you give me another time, I will be able to really express what it has done. Even
I give you my word. I know you are very busy. You know how tight this schedule was to even bring you live. We had to reschedule to a Sunday because of you, because most Saturdays you are busy, you are traveling, and that is to say that God has really been good to you. But we are going to unravel a lot of things. Let's just save the time. I give you my word. We are going to do a second part of this, which is just going to be totally you, not just talking about gyration or any topic. We're just going to talk about LSF Adeolu and his music. I give you my word for that. But as we close, because I have the Ilorin Convergency, they are also waiting on the side, and I'm going to. But if we can't have them again, I mean, it will be that. That's what it is. But before you go, you have met people, you have gone to places. What are the experiences? The caliber, the high and the mighty that you have played for along your music line, whether comradically or secularly. What has been the experiences?
okay, I will say this. In 1988, that we did I think that's one of the biggest stage that one of the several big stages that I've performed. I've been opportune to perform in a place in Abuja, Nakoluga eating then, where about 30 head of state of nations in the world were seated, where over 50 ambassadors of countries of the world were seated. The head of state of Nigeria, the dignitaries in Nigeria were there. In fact, late FQ Abiola happened to be the chairman of that occasion. It was the regime of Angela. I've been opportune to perform live, and all of them understanding, giving me ovation, passing ovation, standing ovation. I've been able to, that has been able to happen in my life. And so many other things. I just did. That is why I say I cannot thank God alone. I can't thank Him enough. You have to appreciate God. All the people that know you need to appreciate God for what He has done in your life.
Okay, that's been LSF Adeolu for the past 2 hours. Although, I mean, we had some hitches and glitches over, I mean, here and there. But I can assure you, it's because I'm also in transit. Like I said, it's just like a makeshift arrangement, something I just had to do. But I cannot fail you, my viewers, because we already publicized this. But another day is going to be announced very soon. Publicity is going to be done, and it's going to feature LSF. Possibly, we are going to have him with his crew sing live on that day. We want to do as much as possible, so we're going to prepare for that. On this note, LSF Adeolu, where I have to let you go because I want to also feature Ilori Fellowships Convergency. I'm going to feature them. So I want you to just say your parting words and then tell them, reassure the teaming viewers, teaming fans that you'll be back again on this program.
To you, viewers, I said thank you for giving us your time to follow us, to listen to this interview. May God Almighty bless you too. May God in His infinite mercy lift you up and your generations up. I'm so much grateful. And secondly, what matters most in life is love. Seeing your people, your friends, seeing them rising up, seeing them being lifted. So if you have that at the back of your mind without any act of negativity towards any other person, then you yourself you will never go down. I thank the members of Keggite Club. I thank the members of OU alumni throughout the world. This is your Deolu Osu Melody. Conradio, this is your LSF Adeolu. May God bless you all. Thanks for being there for me. Thanks to God for giving me the opportunity of knowing you. My appreciation ever to everyone.
May your days belong, even if you forget to even greet me. But when we do the second one,
I have to say this before we go. I have done so many interviews in my life. right from my younger days. But then, I won't lie to you. I said it at the back of my camera to my wife that, I mean, I have never experienced something wonderful, fantastic as this. I just
Thank
want
you.
to say, Grant, I never knew you are as loaded as this.
Thank you so much.
Your ministry, more grace upon your work,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I need to say this too. I have known you for many years. And you know, sometimes, especially those of us that sing, we always have this feeling that, oh, maybe this person is not as good as I am. This person is not as loaded as I am. But sincerely, I can say to you today, without any fear of contradiction, that you deserve to be called Obaori in the comradium as you are called. I went to research a lot of things about you. And you see, when somebody is good at something, let us give it up to that person. There are some things that you don't need to fight. There are some things you don't need to contest. There are some things you cannot just say, oh, who is the person? So I give it to you, and I want to say that today you've added another feather. And I'm looking forward to pairing up with you again on this program. And if God permits, as I know that He will, we are surely going to meet very soon again. And thank you for the good words. Thank you for the good compliments.
Thanks, my brother. My appreciation, you are carried.
Thank you. May your days continue. And for the purpose of those that are watching this interview, I have been a member of Keggite Club for almost all the time of my life. From when I was small, when our uncles were members, our daddies and all that. But I became a full member of the club a long time ago, over 3 decades now that I've been a member. So if I'm just, whatever I'm doing that for professional reasons. You see the way I was coming at him, as if I don't know anything. I know a lot about it. We are Caribou entities, very Timo, he will remain to me. And I speak the language here like you cannot imagine. So, and I'm glad to say it publicly. That is me singing on the microphone. That is me singing there. And I will always ascribe to Keggite Club anywhere. And I'm also using this opportunity to lay my voice, compliment what Elizabeth has said, that what we need in Keggite Club is love. In the whole world, what we need is love. No matter what the situation is, love the other persons as much as possible. So on this note, Elizabeth, thank you so much for coming on the show. I look forward to seeing you again. You have a very wonderful week ahead. Thank you very much, my Timmy fans. Now I'm going to bring the Ilorin Fellowships Convergency. Here they are. You can see them gyrating. I'm going to allow them to gyrate for a while, and then I'll come back to come and close the show. Enjoy the show while it lasts. This was Mahilia back in the days. It's a mixture of, you have people from Afonja, from University of Ilorin, coming together. Most of them are ex-students. And so we call it the convergency, because that is not an area, it's not in school. We'll talk about that another time. All right, viewers, this is where I have to stop the program. Unfortunately, we have to go because, like I said, I'm in transit and I have to quickly attend some other things. Well, thank you so much for being with me for the past 2 hours. I love you all. Until I see you again next time, please have a very wonderful week ahead.
Unilari, you know that oh, na no dey oh, we dey there oh, na no dey oh, tètè pẹ́ẹ́tì oh, tètè pẹ́ẹ́tì oh, ẹ bá fún lọ́mọ kan, ẹ bá fún lọ́bọ̀dọ́, kòkòlò wẹ́rẹ́ sí máa yẹ kòkòlò. Kòkòlò, wẹ́rẹ́ sí máa yẹ kòkòlò. Kòkòlò, wẹ́rẹ́ sí máa yẹ kòkòlò. Kòkòlò, wẹ́rẹ́ sí máa yẹ kòkòlò. Iyo samba, iyo samba. Alele, babada where you dey, alele. Walele, 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 walele. Báyé fẹ́ báyé kọ ìwà yóò fara hàn. 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 Sẹ́wọ́lẹ́ o. Kiriyaya, kiriyaya.